Right, let's get into it. Now we'd like to why can't I select that? Interesting. Doesn't want me to select that. Strange. We do need to get his arms out. Let's look up another concept. Do something. Searching for images to use as a base for right now. Pretty cool. The little ball jointed dolls, they really get me sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a real person. That's not. It actually isn't. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's cool. Thank you. I like the idea of doing some sort of like extra regal character. This is a pretty cool design. Hmm. Let's just give it a shot. So we'll try with this one to start with. All right, generating that. I'm really excited to try that out with like hand painted elements. Just waiting on stuff to load. In the meantime, any other cool looks? Say Elf King. Use this one. But maybe there's something. Nice to do some really ornate armor. So let's search Elf King, armor. Just Elf King armor. Let's see what we get. Not too shabby. Oh, I like this one. That one's cool. Okay. All right, let's see how it's downloaded though. So download that. 1 second, yeah. I'm back in. not super intrigued by this character. And on the hunt for some more. His armor's cool. Good one to do. That's definitely kind of the closest to kind of what I had in my mind. This is good. Beautiful. It's probably essential that we get a beautiful cape. Is that required for an elf? A cape? Start with this view. This is the same person. I want that cape. Just so much cloth for a lot of them. And draped fabric, hanging fabric is honestly such a pain to work with a lot of the time. All okay. Hello, Popstar. Welcome. Not too much. Just searching for interesting reference to kit bash and play around with. Looking. Most of what we're doing right now. How about yourself? What are you up to? I could always mesh some like random shapes too. It really doesn't have to be character. I could just get interesting shapes from photos and then bash them. I'm pretty close to finding one. It's always a gamble, searching for reference that's maybe a little too specific. I like that. Just say character design. I'm going to be redoing my Foxy head in a bit. I made an attempt but was unsatisfied with how I was going because I modeled it from perspective view picture and had trouble telling the size of it. Blender has a really cool VR view. I always use that to double check the sizing of things. Not always. Sometimes I'll use that. Not every single time, but a fair bit. That's pretty cool. Let's try this one. So I'm going to do attempt to add it in a minute after I drink my tea. Didn't know at all about that view. Good. It's pretty useful. So it's like a free thing you can enable in Blender. I hope they add more stuff to the VR views as time goes on, because it'd be fun to start making stuff in Blender in VR. Fingers crossed. Nothing good here. That's pretty cool. I like the 3 plates there. Now we're just getting Elden Ring. Which is bad. Isn't a bad thing. We're not really having much luck right now. Let's just start with the cape. Usually have a hard time with sizes because I want to make models for animation, but without flat on views for reference photos, it's hard to find the right size of things like focus, eyes, and tufts. Fingers, eyes, and tufts. One thing I've been doing lately is just one point of reference that has helped me, and it's quite interesting when you look at faces and you kind of keep that in mind, is just the size of an eyeball. Eyeballs are pretty small. They're like 22 millimeters or 22 centimeters across in diameter, which is pretty small, pretty darn small, and gives you an interesting perspective when you drop a sphere, a UV sphere that's 22 centimeters in diameter, because it just kind of shows you how small a lot of eyes are and how that plays in with the face and stuff. It's fascinating. One second, everyone. Alright, I'm back, everyone. Sorry for stepping away, but just needed to take care of some stuff, do some work, etc., etc. Right now we're looking at some armor pieces. We're going to start fleshing out our boy. Did that one, and that one should actually be done. We'll download this. Okay. Ah. So we'll drop this in. Really, I don't want a lot of this. Really like this much. All right, little crunch in a few spots, but that's okay. Got a nice little cape now. Even take this guy's body. Start adjusting it. I think we'll keep going with the pointed shoulders motif. It looks pretty good. But we're going to kind of separate it from what we got going on right here. Classic 80s anime shoulder pads. All right. Then we're going to do another generation. Another question? I'm back. All right, not too shabby. Let's slice off his legs. Okay, let's also do a little bit of experimentation. Because I do have some nice tools. My quick shape tools. Actually, this did just get an update recently. Wonder if I can. Lasso. There should be a mirror. I have to do the menu, which is here's my quick tools. Control D. Radial array. It's an array. Mirror. Well, it really doesn't survive being worked with very well. Oh, cool. Okay. Doop. download. Parts of this. It's a bit booby right there. I want to change that. Also want to get rid of these little bracers and stuff. So I guess we'll mirror it again. Simply I want these pauldrons. I'll keep them for now. Sculpted the outfits? I did not. I'm using an image to 3D model generator and just kind of grabbing some images, making some tweaks to them, and then bringing them in here to make like a kit bash. Also, hello, Rashad. Welcome. Kind of helpful. Interesting process. Not sure how often I'll use it, but it helps me get like some nice blockouts really quick. At least a good idea of what I want to do. Some parts about it are really annoying, though. Second, y'all. Alright, I'm back. I like this lower part. I do not like the top. So we'll do that. Okay. I think we're gonna take this body and just take the... All right, that looks pretty good. So there's our elf concept. Be nice to get some sleeves in there, or some arms in there. Some of our missing arms. Ugh. Um, go. We'll give him some really long hair. This is what we're using to generate the models. Tripo. This is a long hair broom. Wait. It's freaking slow. Freaking slow as heck. Apparently this is what it made. This guy. This guy came along with it right here. Oops, I didn't need to close that, but I will close it for right now. And another great resource that I'm going to try using. Sketchfab. Second one. All right, there you go. So we're going to search Sketchfab for long hair. Search for downloadable. And we'll do something. Some free hair. Ah, perfect. That's money. Perfect. Tiny. Perfect. All right. Now, I was wondering what type of monsters to do for a location like this. And I still am wondering. Uh, initially thought of doing some ghosts. Ghosts. Ghosts? That'd be pretty fun. Ooh, I want to pop my neck. Gosh dang, I almost did. Let's try a little. Is there a downloadable skeleton? Perfect. That's pretty dense. Pretty dense skeleton. That's even denser. You're good. Thinking is that I kind of want like everything always so broken. That makes sense. It's got the little cartilage in there as well. Let's try the other way. We'll take this. I'm thinking like a goo skeletons theme. Like it's like in a little blob. This side exploded. That's okay. And then what we can do, goo. Loading. Excuse me. Hey, shit. Ray traced. I just feel like I struggle more than I'd expect with transparency in Blender. Like I'm never like, oh good, I just put it, make it transparent, and now I can see through it. No. Show me the goddamn skeleton. One second. Alright, we're back. Why can't it just be see-through? I should be able to see something through. Time for Blender to crash. There we go. Okay, so it's the alpha and transparency. You know, something like that. Sorry, very an odd day so far, so hopefully we're getting in the groove right now. What do you want? Purple goo? Green goo? I really hate how long this transparency takes to update. Yeah. All right. No, you're totally fine. I already worked like 7-8 hours now, so I'm not too worried. Missing any time. Goopy. Do something like this. Yeah. Goo worm. I mean, heck, a slime is pretty straightforward when it comes to when it comes to this. So I'll do that. I should have selected everything, given them bevel weight, and then some. I always have trouble finding out throw one of these guys in there. Funny. It's satisfying. The goo skeletons. How much do I like this? I think it's kind of fun, but I also think it just looks a little unserious. Unthreatening, perhaps? But we'll get some feedback on it. I'm gonna go to compositing really quick, say use nodes. We're gonna make the layer node. I'm gonna go here, vertical split, 3D viewport. Over here. Say on the compositor. But that worked. Yeah, it is working. Okay. Cool. No, let's just do. Cool. Maybe for the skeletons, kind of like for some of them, it's more internal, and then they can have some armor as well. Let me get that armor back in here. These ones are not quite as goopy. Hello, Spixie. Welcome. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Who are these slime skeletons? You're right on the money. Slime skeletons, indeed. We're doing some concepting right now. I've been trying to like a kit bashing workflow, so I'm just trying to work quick and fast. Make some interesting designs, or at least mess up faster. Let's see how we're doing some slime skeletons. Oh, you know it'd be fun? Yeah, okay, I got an idea. I got an idea. What we're gonna do? Head. Make a shape. Actually, we'll just take this one, move it over here, shrink it down a little bit, make it real tall. Ears. I cannot apply that until I mesh it. Now we can do it. That's okay, it's a little off. better. We'll just do a... What we'll do is we'll mirror it, bisect it, and apply. Hello, Hanma, welcome. Then we'll symmetrize it. And that should let me control the arm. Why is it... Right. Apology mirror, still not good. I'm doing good. How about yourself? Okay, we just gotta do a mirror. Take that. Elvis. And all the leggy bones. Let's get rid of them. I'm very much not okay, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. Well, I hope your day it continues to improve. You know, definitely just keep in mind that this too shall pass. We're making some goo skeletons right now, so hopefully that'll cheer you up. We're gonna add here. Right now, nighttime now, so I sleep soon. We're good. Get some good rest. Not piss me off even more. Goddamn skeleton. Hell yeah. For these four, I am making my own settings right now. So I want to do some D&D. You've probably heard me mention wanting to do VR D&D and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of gearing up to do exactly that. We're working on building some. We have some elves that we're building up, just some concepts for, and then some enemies and stuff. And we're just kind of. I want to be like a resource for role playing. I want to have packs of characters and art role play ready setting, characters and stuff just ready to go. So that's kind of the main goal here. I like D&D, but I like being more roleplay instead of D&D, board, etc. I think, as far as I can tell, VR reinforces the role-playing aspects. It's like that is when you role-play in VR. Oh, that's see through outside of this hook. So there's a place called Sky Stadium and make a lot of particle effects based avatars for. Okay, heck yeah. Is that like kind of a? I'm assuming that's an RP kind of related location as well. Very fun. Go there sometimes, see a bunch of annoying kids fight each other, like Gojo versus Giga Chad, Steve Chuck shit, but there's some more serious. Okay, heck yeah. Yeah, for me, I definitely have a love. Classic D&D. That fantasy really is super appealing to me. So that's the kind of art role playing that I'm initially wanting to support, but I mean, there's so much. There's no end to what kind of role plays you can do. So there's a lot to be excited about when it comes to that. Oh yeah, I made a bunch of medieval fantasy abbeys, nowhere near as cool as yours, but I think you'd like them. Very much like classic WoW type art style. Well, one thing I want to mention to you and anyone else that's interested out there, with these packs and these things that I'm trying to make to sell, very happy to look for collaborators for them. So, right now we're still kind of gearing up, getting our feet on the ground in terms of sales and a following. But I know that one thing I'm looking for right now, Hanma, is a bunch of like for these characters here, like particle effect, things like that. So, definitely happy to split some revenue on that because it's just too much. There's a lot to do, potentially too much for one person. So happy to open that up to anyone. Let's make particle effects and VR chat dynamics like sword slashing and stuff. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's definitely kind of the direction I'd want to have to start building out because honestly, I don't have much time. So too much time to do stuff. So too much stuff to do. What am I trying to say? Ooh, okay, I know what I want to add. Capacitor is a little too strong, just a little bit too. Well, if you want to take some testers and stuff, you can try out. I will. Well, thank you. Thank you. I certainly appreciate that. And that's definitely something I'll keep you in mind for. Maybe we'll shoot for sometime this upcoming month because I do want to would like to start getting regular sessions going. And I'll need help with that. Don't have an exact timeline just yet. I don't want to commit too hard just yet. But that is kind of the general plan moving forward. Yeah, hopefully this month we'll have some fun like that. I regret deleting the rib cage I had earlier. Let's get rid of the mirror on this one. Oh god, arm is crunchy. Well, I hope your day continues to improve, Hanma, and yeah, if you do have ever have some projects that you'd like to discuss about bringing in or collaborating on, feel free to reach out. Love my particles, deadass. Probably the only thing I'm good at making is optimized particle system. Well, good, because that's definitely something I'm looking for. We'll work out the details of what's actually going on there at some point, but I think it's a good mock-up. Kind of the general concept of it. Skeleton goo worm! Skeleton goo worm! Alright, 4:43 right now. I think I'm going to take a pause and probably do a little video breakdown of what I did today. So let's turn off the music real quick, and I'm going to go into recording mode, so I won't respond to chat. Let's watch some Asmongold. Alright, I'm going to start recording. Hey there, everyone. Last day of March here, March 31st, 2025, and I want to go over what I did today. So, live today was planning our next pack of characters. So we've kind of finished up. Actually, I should really, let me restart this. Hi, YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Do camera. All right, so here's the pack of avatars we made this last month. So I stopped recording for now, but I just wanted to show this. Let me drop it in chat, everyone. If you all are interested in checking it out. But we did our first pack, and so that's kind of our tester set. We made a cool werewolf, made a lot of fun stuff. Oh, I didn't give it a rating. Maximum rating, please. Oh, doesn't seem to be working, but yeah, so definitely check that out. So we'll start with a recording with that. Hey there, everyone. March 31st, 2025, end of the month. I'm looking forward to April. Can't believe it's April already. I went by super fast. But what we're looking at here is our Gumroad page for the Cursed Village setting pack. So we've got 5 avatars that are included all together for $35. And they're all fully rigged, facial animations, finger animations, logic for clothing toggles, and facial expressions in VR chat. So the whole 9 yards, they're ready to go. I just want to show that there, and you can check them out on vrforge.gumroad.com. And yeah, they're looking good. And now, what I want to go over is what we're getting ready for next. So we're looking ahead into the next month, next pack of characters. So what I'm really hoping to create this time is kind of an elf high magic setting. So we've got our character concepts over here. Ignore the missing arms. What I've done to create these concepts is use an image to 3D generator. And so I'd take like bits of armor, run it through the generator, and then I'd have like a quick little piece of little item. So for example, the like shoulders here, or this arm here. And it just helped me kind of really quickly block out stuff. Everything's still very, very rough at the moment. There's a lot of just nonsensical pieces. Things don't quite match up. And of course, I don't want to use things exactly as they are. So a lot of cleanup is needed. But the visual concept, the kind of the identity of the character was really easy to hone in on using that method. So it's quite exciting. Yeah, I think we're going to have like kind of a warrior type character. Probably a magic user. Some sort of ranger, and then probably like the leader of this little bunch, this little gang here. I'm going to try to, as I make the clothing, ensure that I'm making them in a very modular way. That's going to be a main focus once I actually get to the actual creation of the assets, because I want to ensure that everything I'm making has maximum utility, and that limits kind of some of the concepts, like how certain things can work together, or there's just certain things that might not fit all characters, basically. But generally, if we're making a pair of pants, I'd like that pair of pants to be made on its own so that I can put it on any character and work with it. And there's a little more we'll be doing with that later, but that's a general idea. Excuse me. And yeah, but I really am pleased with these results. I feel like we got some really good visuals, just kind of a nice starting point. I also want to make some additional haircuts and stuff. And, obviously this is all pretty rough at the moment, but gives me a really good idea of where I'm going. Let me turn on the rendering here. And then on this side, we have our kind of monsters. So I'm hoping to have a cast of heroes / NPCs. So heroes / NPCs. And then monsters, and then eventually, when I'm making a setting, I'd love to have some background pieces as well. So some like actual world building pieces and prefabs that we're able to use, like houses, streets, things like that. Things to really quickly build out a setting, put some characters into it, put some monsters into it, and basically good to go. That's, fingers crossed, where we're going to end up eventually. But for now, we're focusing on kind of heroes and NPCs and monsters. And we got this, I'm thinking like a slime skeleton theme. So we got our little worm skeleton, which I might get rid of this puddle and make him a little bit more wormy-like. Then, of course, the classic slime cube. And then I'm thinking of like slime skeleton. And these two, what I'm thinking is there'll be a spectrum between these two, where like this one, they have more or less slime and more or less pieces of armor. I think that'll work quite nicely, where like this version can have one eye, one pauldron, just a piece, like one boot. So it just looks like they're kind of decomposing, or gives you an idea of how difficult or how much health that character might have. Goes from just the naked skeleton to the fully armored one, fully kitted out. And then we got kind of an extra special mob over here. I'm gonna hide this for now, which is like a larger, almost worm-like, serpent-like skeleton or something, some sort of monstrosity. I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more. I'm not sure exactly how I want to frame it. I might have like a big cluster of heads or skulls up here, which I think would be pretty cool. And then I probably want one more character like the big bad. So that way you have that gradation of difficulty that you'd expect in most games, or any collection of enemies. But that's a general theme for this one. So it's kind of elves and maybe like a cursed temple. Something like that. Yeah, thanks for checking it out. Tomorrow, we're hopefully going to be moving straight to making the bodies for the characters and finishing the concepts. So hopefully I'll have an update for you then. Again, please check out the Cursed Village Gumroad. Would really appreciate your support. This is the mission. This is the goal. This is kind of our first pack, kind of getting our feet wet. And now we are really going to try to push the quality and push the scope of these projects. But thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. All right, and it is time for me to end the stream. It's been a little bit of a chaotic day when it comes to streaming. I had to do some chores. Kind of our hours were a little bit off on the stream itself, but I did do more than probably like 9 hours worth of work today. I'm gonna go get some rest. But Hanma, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I know you just got here, but get some good rest. And yeah, if you're interested in, just keep an eye on, you can see what I'm doing, kind of the products I'm making. If you see a good fit for yourself in that, definitely reach out. And that goes for anyone else out there. But I'll catch you later, Hanma. Anyone else lurking? See you later. See you tomorrow. Bye.